Welcome to a special edition of the Norse Code. I'm Mike Lund, and we are here today to talk about the Viking Pavilion Project. Exciting news coming out recently with a $7.5 million contribution to the Viking Pavilion Project by Oregon Health and Science University. This project has now met its preliminary goal, and the project is going forward. We're here today to talk to Portland State Director of Athletics Mark Rountree about the Viking Pavilion Project. And tell us, first of all, Mark, a little bit about the funding sources, where they're all coming from right now.
Well, I mean, that gift from OHSU was important. I know President Vivel was working with OHSU on that, and it just really shows you what Portland State's about collaboration. And so that was a large gift that came in and really sealed the deal for the Viking Pavilion Project. The other funding sources are through state bonds and through other philanthropic giving from our supporters. And so we have the minimum required to move forward with construction, and we're moving to do that. But it's really a great day for Viking Athletics because that building is going to transform our world and hopefully the world of this campus as well. Also, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all those people who helped make this building a reality. Peter Stott led the way, and President Vivel supported this project and also make it happen, but also Tori Chisholm and Zach Wallace. They played a huge role in starting the groundwork and getting the momentum going for this project and working with our foundation to secure gifts to make this happen. So I owe a large amount, and this institution owes a large amount of thanks to those individuals for getting this project going.
Okay, now with the recent announcement of some tuition increases here at Portland State, there was some concern that maybe the two items were related, and that's not the case.
No, the funding model for this building was actually derived a long time ago before a tuition increase was even discussed. The funding model for this building consists of the bonds from the state and also consists of the donations that we received through our donors, as well as the gift from OHSU. Now, the students are contributing about $1.5 million from their building fund, but it's not part of an annual fee. It was an agreement between the students because there will be some student programming in this building because we want students to be connected to this facility. It's just not an athletic facility, but it's a facility for the campus. But the funding model won't really impact annual giving. It's not dependent on tuition dollars to fund the construction of this building.
Okay, now the $44 million already raised, that's just a preliminary goal. I know you're still talking about raising more monies for this project. Explain that and what exactly that's about.
Yes, I mean, $44 million was the amount determined to put in the building what we need. But obviously, if we want to do this would probably be the major construction building or the major project for athletics for the next 40 years as far as a large facility. So what is it going to do to meet our needs? We're going to have probably more in this building. So we're going to continue to go out and fundraise, whether we can get to 50, 51, 52. Obviously myself, the foundation are going to continue to go out and generate a lot more for this building because we need to get this one right. And if it requires a little bit more money to do that, then we need to go out and get the money to do that. And I know Peter Stott has been heavily involved in this, and the building wouldn't have happened without him. So I know he'll be involved with trying to continue the fundraising efforts to get this building right and to make sure it has exactly what we need.
And now, even though the announcement was recently made about the funding, the project is already underway. I know Woofter Architecture has already begun the planning process. Is that right?
That is correct. We've already been meeting with architects, and they've teamed up with Sink Holmes Deflins, who has specialization in building arenas and athletic buildings. Woofter brings a knowledge of the Portland area and a knowledge of PSU because they've been on our campus before. So we've already been meeting with those leaders of the project to identify programming needs and square footage, because basically what they're going to have to do is break the building down and then put it back together in a new shape with the new arena, which will be 4,000, whatever the seats are determined to be, but kind of a new arena. Had to put the building back together based on the programming needs. So it's been exciting to work with them so far, and we just scratched the surface. The next 18 months are going to be interesting in here because we're going to have this construction going on and being a building that we're going to occupy. So it's going to be a fun time here in Viking Athletics.
Okay, now we talk about the arena and the fact that we know our athletics programs are going to play here, but talk about how this pavilion will benefit athletics, benefit the university, and benefit the community as a whole in all the different things that it's going to be able to do.
Well, it's really going to transform athletics, and it's going to transform us because it's going to be a visible visible building, a visible structure on the park blocks, our signature space in the city of Portland, and it's going to invite people in. And there's going to be programming in there for students to be in the building all day. There's going to be programming in there for activities classes and other things for the campus to take advantage of. And so it's going to invite people in. And it's also going to give us a state-of-the-art arena facility for our teams to compete in every day that we haven't been able to offer fans and the community here in Portland, a great venue to watch Portland State athletic events. So that's going to help in itself. And then lastly, it's going to add really a top-notch venue for downtown Portland. So to host events, whether they're concerts, whether they're symposiums, trade shows, whatever events those are, there's now a facility right here in downtown Portland that offers a lot of square footage to have those events that just hasn't existed before. So we really think that it'll offer more and more opportunities for people to get connected with Portland State.
A couple of the other areas, maybe academic. I know there's some dedicated academic space, enhanced student-athlete training facility, athletic training facility, and really to benefit the student population as a whole.
That's correct. I mean, it'll help athletics, number one, because having a state-of-the-art weight room, strength and conditioning facilities, having a state-of-the-art sports medicine facility, that helps your students get better every day. It makes them stronger, makes them healthier, and that'll only make our teams better. There'll also be academic space in there as far as computer labs and things like that for student athletes to use. But then there's also going to be a very large amount of programming space, possibly even classrooms in this building that will be used by the entire campus. So I know for us it's going to make us better on a daily basis, because those are facilities that we desperately need for our teams to compete at a very high level in the Big Sky Conference. And this will be a facility that, that recruits you're going to bring them into, and it's going to wow them. And that's what we need as well. And having that facility here and being visible from the park blocks, a lot of glass, a lot of light, things like that are things that we need.
Okay, now probably the most important thing that everybody wants to know about, a timeline, and I know it's going to be a rough timeline, but how does this project play out over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of things going on now. There's programming planning going on now, and then there'll be schematic designs that'll happen between the architecture firms as well as a general contractor that will be coming on board very soon. And so once that happens, then you get into getting all the building docs done, and then that'll go on through probably the end of this year. Then probably things start happening as far as bricks coming down and walls going up, probably January of 16, and then you're looking at an 18 to 22 month construction time, because whenever you're occupying the building while the renovations and new constructions are going on, it'll be done in a series of phases. So it'll be, from January 16 to probably about another 18 months. Hopefully it can be into the building with any luck for conference in 18, but if not, it'll be the 18-19 basketball season and volleyball season.
Okay, so a couple of years in the development, but a couple of years also to talk about Viking athletics, talk about a new pavilion on campus, talk about a new point of interest for the university. My final question, just talk about what all that means kind of as a source of pride for this program and for the university as a whole.
Right. I mean, if we do this right and we have great teams and great student athletes representing all of us as far as what Portland State represents and all the great things that this university does, hopefully it will really connect this institution to not only our student body in a more positive way, in a more stronger way, but to the community of Portland. I mean, I think this is a great sports town, it's a great basketball town, so it really has the opportunity for us to really grow our brand in this area and outside this area. And also, for us, it also has the ability for us to generate some revenue that we can continue to provide our students with the best experience possible to be successful in the classroom and on the court, because that's what we're here to do. We're having them come here every day to have them be successful, graduate from this great school, and also be competitive and compete for championships at the Big Sky level. And this facility is the cornerstone of making that happen.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark, for your time. That's the lowdown on the Viking Pavilion Project as it's just getting underway. If you want more details, go to govikes.com. You can read stories about the Pavilion Project. As time goes by, we'll keep you updated on that. And we thank you once again for watching the Norse Code.